Did you know that more than half of all Muslim countries in the world have, at some point in history, been ruled by the Turks? Most people think of the Turks as the people who live in Turkey, a country that bridges Europe and the Middle East. With their blue eyes and blonde hair, they could easily be mistaken for a European Mediterranean nation, if not for their Muslim heritage. But the Turks actually originate from a faraway land in the vast grassy plains of Central Asia, known as the Great Steppe. Back in the 400s, the Turks were small nomadic tribes who moved constantly and clashed with others in a way similar to the Arabs before Islam. Around this time, the Mongols began uniting, becoming a serious threat to neighboring peoples. By the 500s, the Turks started migrating westward, leaving the sparsely populated steppe. Their migration allowed them to expand into huge areas of land with little resistance, eventually forming the first Turkic Empire. A few centuries later, the Muslims had expanded beyond the Arabian Peninsula and were approaching the Turkic Empire's borders. Meanwhile, the Chinese were also expanding, and the Turks found themselves caught between these two powers. During the famous Battle of Talas, a group of Turkish soldiers sided with the Muslims. The Muslims won the battle, and some of the Turks converted to Islam, marking the beginning of the Turks' gradual acceptance of the faith. A few hundred years after that, a merchant from Bukhara, incidentally the birthplace of Imam Bukhari, traveled through Central Asia for trade. He asked a local Turkish ruler for permission to build a mosque, as Muslim caravans using the trade route needed a place to pray. The ruler not only granted permission, but also provided funds. When the mosque was built, Muslim travelers started stopping there regularly. A 12-year-old boy named Seljuk, curious about their practices, visited the mosque. Impressed by what he saw, he secretly converted to Islam. This boy, who was the nephew of the ruler and heir to the throne, later became the first Muslim Turkish sultan. In 934, after taking power, he converted his entire empire to Islam, creating the Karakhanid Empire, the first Muslim Turkic state. The Karakhanid legacy lives on in groups like the Uzbeks, the Uyghurs in China, and the Hazaras in Afghanistan. Meanwhile, the Samanid Empire, which was already Muslim, worked to spread Islam to other Turkic tribes. One such tribe, the Oghuz Turks, later became the ancestors of the Turkmens of Turkmenistan, Azerbaijanis, the Qashqai in Iran, and the Anatolian Turks of modern Turkey. In Kazakhstan, the ancestors of today's Kazakhs, known as the Kipchaks, once ruled a massive empire stretching from Hungary to Mongolia. However, the Mongols eventually conquered their lands, incorporating the Kipchaks into their golden horde. Over time, the Mongols themselves converted to Islam. Özbeg Khan, after becoming Muslim, encouraged his entire population, Mongols and Kipchaks alike, to adopt the faith. These Turkic and Mongolian tribes later founded some of the most powerful Islamic empires, including the Ottomans, Seljuks, and Mughals. Their influence spread Islam to regions as far as Mongolia, Ukraine, India, and Bosnia. Even today, their legacy lives on through groups like the Lipka Tatars of Poland, who built the first mosque in New York City, and the Turkic Muslims of Siberia. Biyacho Turks, with their diverse languages, cultures, and histories, share a common origin and an extraordinary journey to Islam. Alhamdulillah, they became part of the Muslim Ummah, leaving an enduring mark on its history and legacy. The blending of Turkic and Mongol cultures produced other influential dynasties, such as the Mughals in South Asia, the Timurid Empire, and the Crimean Khanate. These empires contributed immensely to Islamic civilization, leaving lasting legacies in art, architecture, and governance. One of the most powerful Turkic empires was the Ottoman Empire, which ruled vast territories across Europe, Asia, and Africa for over 600 years. The Seljuks, another prominent Turkic dynasty, played a critical role in defending the Muslim world against Crusaders and Mongols, while the Mamluks, also of Turkic origin, defeated the Mongols in the Battle of Ain Jalut, halting their westward expansion. Even in more recent history, Turkic Muslims have made significant contributions to the Ummah. For example, the Lipka Tatars, a Turkic Muslim community in Poland, not only preserved their faith in the heart of Europe, but also built the first mosque in New York City. Meanwhile, leaders like Kuchum Khan spread Islam as far as Siberia, establishing a Muslim presence even in the frozen north. The Turkic world is vast and diverse, encompassing hundreds of tribes and nations, each with its unique language, culture, and history. Despite their differences, they share a common origin and a shared faith that binds them together. From the plains of Mongolia to the mountains of Bosnia, the Turks have played an integral role in spreading Islam and enriching its legacy. Alhamdulillah for the contributions of the Turks, who have become our brothers and sisters in Islam. Their journey from nomadic tribes to leaders of powerful Muslim empires is a testament to the transformative power of faith. If you found this story intriguing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into Islamic history and culture.